Thanks to Coach Kalani, and welcome back to our annual sneak peek edition of BYU basketball with Kevin Young. Now, we're already a couple of weeks into the 2025-26 men's basketball regular season. The Cougs 3-1 on the season, ranked 9th nationally. They opened 3-0 before suffering their first setback this past Saturday in Boston. Coach Young, welcome again to Studio C. We'll do this many more times throughout the year. Through 4 games, what do you like about what your guys have gotten done so far?
I think our chemistry is starting to grow. I think that's probably one of the biggest things we have to continue to get better at, but I think we're understanding each other a little bit more. I think our understanding of the schemes, particularly defensively, kind of like what Coach was talking about, I think is growing, and we've had some pretty significant challenges in terms of playing some pretty good teams, both in the exhibition season as well as the regular season.
I was looking forward to seeing Nate Pickens play for you this year, the UC Riverside transfer. You're not going to have him this year. Just update folks who maybe are not aware of Nate. And then if we're talking about updates, people are obviously concerned about Kaba, the way they saw him get hurt on Saturday in Boston.
Yeah, so Nate was a guy that we were really excited about. It's obviously why we went out and brought him in. Fit this group really well with his ability to make a shot from 3 and then guard his man. Big 12-level athlete as well. Just had hurt the same ankle multiple times, and he was trying to rehab it to get back, but ultimately the doctors just felt like it was going to be smarter to go the surgery route. So we'll miss him. As far as Kaba goes, got his bell rung pretty good in that Yukon game, but he's trending in a positive direction. But we're going through all those protocols right now. But in terms of the long-term outlook, he seems to be okay.
That's good news. You're in a stretch of 1 game in 12 days. Then you're going to be playing, I think, 4 games in 12 days. The pace is about to pick up for you guys here a bit.
It is, and so I think it's good sometimes to, have a little bit of decompression time after games, and then give you time to sort of switch gears and start focusing on another opponent. And then, as you said, things will start heating up. So, we're looking forward to it. That one thing that I'm still getting used to of college versus NBA is just the amount of practice time. Yeah. I feel like we've been just banging heads against each other for like 4 or 5 months. So it's nice when there's another colored jersey on the other side.
A game to break it up, yeah. Let's revisit a little bit of BYU and Yukon from Saturday. It was a top 10 versus top 10 showdown. Highlights and stats are presented by Intermountain Health. It was a homecoming day for A.J. DeBonsa. A big night for A.J. Had a great second half especially, and an excellent night overall. 25 points, 6 rebounds. He drew 9 fouls himself, made 7 of 10 free throws. He shot 50% or better from the field in all 4 of his games this year.
Yeah, the thing about this game, and I thought the Villanova game was similar. He didn't have a great first half. All these highlights are from the second half. He's a really smart young man, and I think to be able to make in-game adjustments. He was rushed in the first half. Second half, I thought he took his time, got to his spots. And also, I'm learning the group as well. We're trying to figure out what combinations work best. He's clearly a guy that needs space on the floor to operate, so we played a lot more shooting in the second half, and it really opened the game up. To score, 52 points, I think, in the second half against a really good Utah team. I know you like the analytics. 168 offensive rating in the second half was really impressive.
He's outstanding. How nice to rely on an anchor like Richie Saunders. He has a standard 17 for him. Played 34 minutes. He scored in double figures now in 16 straight games going back to last year. He was a plus player on the night. You never want to take him for granted, but it's nice to know what you're going to get from Richie pretty much every night.
Yeah, and even just his ability to space the floor. They were really worried about him. I thought in the second half he opened up a lot of room for AJ and Rob to operate, and then he had a hard time getting it going from 3. So you can see he willed his way to the basket on a number of occasions, and I think that speaks volumes to just how much he's respected throughout the country. People are really trying to take him out of the game.
The other member of BYU's Big Three is Robert Wright III. Rob played a team-high 36 minutes for you against Yukon. He went 7 for 12 from the field, 4 assists. He's made 6 of his last 13 threes. He's doing everything you knew he could do for you.
Yeah, he's one of the most dynamic guys in the country. Speed and quickness combination is extremely high level, and so we're continuing to grow. Him understanding what I want, me understanding where to get him in his spots, and then his ability to understand how to get, the other guys involved as well. So it's definitely a growth process.
Okay, final stat check from Saturday. The Cougs fall by 2. Great comeback, by the way, from down 59-39 it was in the second half. Rallied, had a possession to tie it late, ends up being 86-84. Shot the ball pretty well. Yukon just shot a little bit better that night.
I mean, that was a high-level game.
Yeah.
You know, we obviously got off to a rough start. I mean, that's a program I have a lot of respect for, just in terms of how much success they've had. They have a lot of guys that have won at an extremely high level, and you know, we had a lot working against us in those games, and I was proud of the guys that were out there that were able to, you know, will our way back into that game, and it's definitely something we can kind of learn from as we move forward.
All right, let's break and give folks our BYU basketball trivia question for this week. Who holds the BYU record for most three-pointers made in a game without a miss? The answer coming up next. Stay with us. All right, sneak peek edition of BYU basketball with Kevin Young, brought to you by Siegfried and Jensen. All we have time left for is our answer to our great question here, and the answer here is Alex Barcelo. Coach, good luck against Wisconsin on Friday in Salt Lake City. We'll see you all here back in a couple weeks with Coach Young. Good night and go Cougs. We'll see you.